What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you before I start this video. First and foremost, happy Memorial Day. If you have served, know that I appreciate and thank you. If your family has served, know that I understand and appreciate the sacrifices families in the military make, and it cannot be understated. Obviously, we take today to remember those who have lost, but in all sincerity, we should remember every single day those who serve our country. With that said, you guys should know I want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements, a very American company, by the way, proud to make their supplements in the US. They're having a sale right now if you want to stock up on some new flavors or you just want to try a different product. Link down in the description. And I mentioned on my community post, if you've been waiting to get a Glance LED, you see mine here, watching a little bit of Chucky, the TV series that I absolutely adore, staying up to date, not just with Major League Baseball, but NBA, news, stocks, weather, which this morning didn't need the Glance to wake me up at 3 a.m. when I don't know what type of storm was coming through the area, but you can save 20%. Normally, my discount code is only 10%. They will double it, but you have to get your order in. Recommend you take a look at their products. I believe you can get one now for under $150. No brainer, incredible gift. And like I said, something you will absolutely use every single day. Now we've got some more information coming out, some leaks, some screenshots even with NCAA 2025. The first thing, no crossplay for Online Dynasty. And this, to me, I was surprised by, because if you remember, EA took a really, really long time to get their crossplay sorted out. And when they did it, they made it into this massive ordeal. You know, it was just this massive thing where now we were going to be able to play against PC and other users. And I would have thought that all of that time, all of that effort, all of that energy would have carried over. I thought that was the point of doing everything on the same game engines, so that essentially only a team has to work on it once, and then the benefit carries over to all the other games. Now, no mascot mode. And I understand. I just want to preface. Mascot mode is 100% a novelty, okay? No one plays a whole season in mascot mode. No one should really care, including myself, that it's not included. But, and this is a huge, huge but, I want you to understand something. I look at mascot mode the same way I look at Madden training camp, okay? This is something that's been in the game before, that people enjoyed, that we have asked to remain in the game. So take the concept of what it is away and just understand that your customer has asked for something to specifically not be left out. And what does EA do? Even with a full year dev cycle, they leave it out. So when you sit here and tell me, oh, you're just nitpicking, oh, you're just negative. No, this company does not respect you. They think they can put anything out with an NCAA or NFL shield on it, and you are going to buy it. And in many ways, you prove to them that's true. To that point, there's no reason to play. There is no reason to play Madden Ultimate Team this year if you're going to have NCAA Ultimate Team. None. Put your foot down as a customer and say, listen, I'm not going to pay for this anymore. We want the game to be better. And speaking of that, the game is apparently going to play much faster than Madden. Now, that kind of I find a little bit strange, because we always hear about the game speed in real life, okay? The game speed being faster in the NFL than in college. And some players, particularly quarterbacks, have a problem adapting to that game speed. So why would the collegiate game run faster from a gameplay perspective than Madden, if this is truly what they're insinuating, that the game will play faster? Because as I mentioned, they have to come up with something to really differentiate these two games. And I think colors, the gamma, the brightness, the cutaways, and the gameplay speed are going to be the three big ways they do it. Save that clip for later, by the way. We also get helmets may get knocked off. Now, this was a big thing, of course. Again, I can tie this into the mascot mode. This is something that as gamers we loved. We loved the big hit, the hit stick, knocked off the helmet, and we all understood when the NFL said, hey, listen, we don't want that in the game anymore. But here they are bringing it back. No BCS option for Dynasty? I don't really understand where some of this is. Because if we have control, right? Couldn't you just make it like a two-team playoff and essentially just make it the way you want it? If the option to go through and edit things in terms of playoffs, wouldn't we just be able to create what we needed? I don't understand how some of that can be left out. No college game day, which again, I think we all understand your pregame, your halftime, your postgame shows, they take time. And just to that point, 2K has fully ingrained pregame, halftime, postgame shows with interviews, with fans included. And here we are, a decade plus removed, 3 consoles away, and EA still can't bring up to par with what those games did years ago. Obviously, custom playbooks, default, what every game expects at this point. No ESPN license or scoreboard. This one really befuddled me because they've talked so much about, oh, we've got different announcing teams, oh, we've got all these different commentators. Then why don't we have different presentation packages? You have the ESPN license. And I certainly hope this doesn't mean that we're going to get those atrocious generic scoreboards that EA loves to put up that have overextended graphics, that look unrealistic, that break any type of visual dexterity the game should have as simulating sport, and are there to appeal more to an arcade base of bright colors and wild fonts. They should have a complete different skin for every single package. They do it now in Madden to an extent for your primetime games and your playoff games. They do say there will be a ticker at the bottom of the screen. Again, this is pretty much standard. I think we all expect it. And then we get into the 2 big ones. First of all, 5-star players feel completely different than 2-star players. We have heard this so often with Madden. Oh, your superstar players are going to play elite. They're going to feel elite. Oh, you have no idea. You're going to be able to tell the quarterback, the running back, the halfback. I guess we just watch the linemen since we can't play on the line. I don't know. But the reality is we've seen how EA attributes playing differently and feeling differently in the game, which means you're basically going to have a degraded user control. You're going to have a slower response in and out of animations because that is how EA attributes players being good or players being bad, how quickly they can move and how quickly they can get in and out of an animation sequence. And EA has the ability to slow those sequences down as well as the reaction of the player to make them feel like they're a subpar athlete. And then way more equipment than Madden, which I think we all expect. I mean, listen, Madden could be way beyond where they are with equipment, way beyond. They choose not to be. A full year of someone sitting in a game creating assets, there's no doubt this game should have 10 times the amount of equipment Madden has, because Madden should have 10 times the amount of equipment that Madden has. They have continually done the least, sold the most, and offered zero apologies for a pathetic football experience, which hopefully does not continue over to NCAA. But when I see things like this, makes me wonder if that's not the case. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching it. You know I will be back as soon as I can with more commentary.